Palantir investors are rejoicing right now. Hallelujah. The stock price has risen a couple of dollars. Will it continue? Is it time to continue to buy into Palantir? Or will we see another sell-off as the euphoria disappears after another great profitable GAAP earnings? So obviously GAAP earnings is opened up here, and that's the second quarter in a row. And Karp has come out, and it's expected to happen for the rest of the year. So we'll continue into each quarter, and we will see Palantir skyrocket to the moon. Well, that's what all shareholders are hoping for. But if this profitability continues, I can see it easily going to $15. If you really wanted to go to $50 euphoria, you're going to need a whole lot of things to happen. You're going to need the SP 500 to take it on. You're going to need mutual funds and ETFs taking it on religiously, and an absolute cult following is going to go boom if you're wanting it to go to $50. Because if you look on Everything Money and with their metrics, even if they go at a big growth rate from now, like 15-20%, they are only going to get to where they are, just over where they are currently in terms of market cap. So it's something you've got to think about with Palantir. Are they already really high, overvalued at this stage, or are we just in the infancy? That's what you've got to decide yourself. That's why you've got to do your research. What do we need out of... Let's have a look at what we found out of this Palantir's earnings. Well, the commercial beat of 15% year on year, and then the government of 20% year on year. Cash flow growth nearly doubled from the 3 months before. That's very impressive. And Palantir's overall revenue increased 18% on last year's earnings at this time. So very impressive. Obviously beating, on top of that, the US commercial alone was up 26%. EPS earnings up, boom, 5 cents, better than the prediction of 4 cents, which is one of the big key. And obviously revenue of 525 smashed to 506 million expected by analysts. So very good Palantir, a very good quarter. They need to continue. And obviously one of the good things from last year, they've gone up 50% in customers, 103 to 155 in the commercial sector. Very nice, and we need that to continue for Palantir shareholders. Karp, as I said before, believes that they're going to be profitability all year and GAAP profitability, but we needed to see it at the bottom line of net income. And also what he said is that this is very important for you shareholders out there, or people potentially looking to invest into Palantir, that Palantir's AI platform is getting unprecedented views, people wanting meetings, and so many of them are in the crucial stage now of looking to adopt this as a company and deciding whether they're going to pay the big money to join in on the Palantir framework that has already been with 155 commercial customers and want to grow that big. So I'm expecting the next couple of quarters to really ramp up in terms of amount of people joining on as customers of Palantir, and wait till net income profitability comes in, and then you'll see Wall Street go boom on the stock, I believe. What do I think about Palantir with the profitability? Is this sustainable, or is this just a short-term gain and then they're going to ease off again with customers? I think they need to look beyond the large caps and look at the middle range market, even small business, and look at ways to find another product that's a more simplified and cheaper version that will help that type of people to get some more regular income coming in. It won't be the big $1 billion contracts, but it'll be sustainable money that keeps coming in. And I think this is something they can work towards, to be more and more growth share, market share in this area. They could also look at moving to more growth opportunities in the business. Can we? Because if they don't, you can see their stock just going sideways for 5-10 years like Disney. So they really need to look at ways to growth, whether that's in robotics. Do they look to go more down the robotics line? Create, because at the moment everything's humanized. So like, even though they have Foundry, Apollo, all this Gotham in their system, it still needs to be analysed by humans at the end of the day. Can they make it completely doesn't need humans? It's something they can work on to get towards. That they no human involvement, which would help, because then they wouldn't need as much staff at Palantir, which would mean profitability would go up as well. So that's something they could be looking at heading towards. Whether they do that, I'm not sure, but that's what I'd be looking at. But yeah, to me, they just need to continue looking at getting their profitability. I really think if they get, or as soon as they get to net income profitability, then we will see the S&P 500, you will see the big investors. You might even see a person like Warren Buffett invest into Palantir. The Bill Gates. These are the sort of people, if they start investing, then look for it to really start to jump up. Obviously, at the moment, he can put big money in, like a Buffett can put big money in, because the stock would skyrocket and most people would sell off with a big $1 billion cash injection or something like that. So that's obviously something Palantir needs to work on to get bigger and bigger. Obviously, for me, in terms of all the earnings and everything that's come out, the one thing that is glaringly clear, that to me, for them to continue to get the surgence of the stock price going up, is find the best executive. They can market the product, sell the product through interviews. Because Karp is more politically motivated a lot of the time in the science stuff, but we need someone who can talk the nitty-gritty about the business, and for people of every age to understand Wall Street and everyone what this business is all about. I think they need to find the right executives to make that call. And I think once they do something like that, you can see the stock price go boom. Palantir has the opportunity to be an empire, but it's up to them whether they can provide the leadership to execute the plans that they have in their business. They need to establish themselves as an everyday staple like Microsoft, Apple, Amazon, and looking at new technologies to get themselves in that game. Now, another question for you, Palantir, will someone buy them out? So you got Microsoft, you got Alphabet, you got Meta, you got Apple, who could use this technology to improve different things, whether it's the metaverse, AI solutions, data analysis. This is all stuff that acquisition could possibly happen. Whether anyone is game enough to do that, I'm not sure. Does Palantir want to do that? Alex Karp has talked about it in the past, so that's a possibility. So is that a good thing or bad thing for the stock? But yeah, I've got a funny feeling Meta could be a company that could really use this technology and really use it for their metaverse, make more of a reality type stuff, and able to really analyze their own data even better. But time will tell in terms of if that will be a thing for Palantir. But overall, from the earnings, I think Palantir is on the way to obviously profitability, which is what a lot of Wall Street are waiting for before they invest. Do I think you should still invest at this price? I think it's going to drop again a little bit. But I think anything under $10, I think you're pretty safe or making some money. But if it goes any higher, then you're at the risk of depending on if Palantir is going to continue to grow. It's going to grow. It's going to grow quite a bit. It could skyrocket to $100, or it could just stay where it is for quite a long time because they're already quite overvaluated on current metrics. If they can prove some more metrics to prove they're wrong, then the price can go up more. What do I see in the short-term future here of Palantir? Where do I see the company? I think they clearly are going in the right direction. They need to continue to work on getting their brand out there more, so more of the top 500 companies will look at investing into them to use their technology to analyze their own data. So my big thing for them is sales, marketing. I think that's something they really need to work on going forward, and I think that will help the business grow long term. Well, thank you for watching. This is just my ideas on the Palantir future and what's happening in the earnings call. I hope you got a lot out of the video today. I will be back with another video very shortly. I hope you've enjoyed it. Take care out there. Remember to subscribe to the channel and share this video all around the world so everyone can learn about finance and Palantir.